a telltale sign if they're looking to dump the vehicle. Sometimes they will stop under the freeway. He's out of the vehicle. The vehicle's rolling. The vehicle is rolling into the intersection. He is on foot under that freeway.
Tase him! Tase him! White man, we got him. We got him.
Do it now! Turn the car off! Turn the car off!
The police have a saying, nobody outruns the radio, but every now and then, someone tries. And when they do, the chase turns from routine to chaos. Sirens wailing, tires screaming, and the rulebook flying straight out the window. We'll be looking at 3 of the wildest pursuits where cops thought it was easy until they met a driver who was way too determined to get away. Number 3, Clayton County, stolen Dodge, Charger Scat Pack, 392. In February 2023, Clayton County deputies spotted a bright, loud, impossible-to-miss Dodge Charger Scat Pack 392 fly by them. Judging by how fast the car was going, the cops suspected it was either stolen or the driver was running from something. Either way, he had broken a couple speed limits and road safety rules. The cops decided to trail the raging car, and when the driver saw blue lights in his mirror, he floored the pedal like he was Paul Walker on his last lap. This thing was a 485 horsepower beast. The cops know they're in for a ride. The driver swerves through traffic at 100 plus, hugging curves like he owns the asphalt.
Stop.
But the deputies were not playing that day. They got ready to carry out their pit maneuvers to try and stop the car. But it wasn't going to be easy with the speed the suspect was driving. The first hit went bang. They slowed him down for a second, but the Charger fishtailed, smoke everywhere, and it managed to escape the maneuver, even though the back tires took a pretty bad hit. The second pit was set, a cop car rammed into the Charger from behind, but despite losing balance for a second and doing a 180-degree spin, the driver got the car back on track and was soon speeding away again like nothing just happened. At this point, the cops were wondering, how many lives does this guy have? It took a little longer for the cop cars to catch up with the Charger again, and once they did, they lunged at it with a third hit, which had just a little impact, and then they followed up with a fourth that sealed the deal. The Charger spun out and crashed into a ditch by the road.
Off in the bushes.
The driver took off into the bushes once he saw the car was useless now, with the cops charging at him with guns drawn, screaming for backup. They eventually caught up to him and put him in cuffs. When the footage went viral, the internet dubbed it the tank on wheels. If you think the Charger guy was reckless, wait for the devil. Number 2, the devil on wheels, Rosendale, Wisconsin. On June 21st, 2025, deputies were alerted to a reckless driver with bursted taillights almost running over people in Rosendale, Wisconsin. The cops trailed the vehicle on the highway, and things got sticky when the driver refused to stop. The driver punched the gas pedal, and now they were tearing through Fond du Lac County like it's demolition derby night.
Pyro, that's enough.
The car was going 120 in a 35-mile-per-hour zone. The suspect was determined to get away, and nothing was going to stop him. In an O.J. Simpson-like chase, the suspect kept speeding onto Highway 41, and beside being occasionally boxed in, the cops were left in his wake. Eventually, the cops were left with no choice but to force the car off the road and into a ditch. This stopped the chase, but the drama was just beginning.
We've ran them multiple times. Get the out of the car! Back up, back up, back up, back up!
The driver still tried to escape from the ditch as officers yelled at him to step out of the vehicle. After a few minutes, he was still resisting arrest, and the cops were forced to use a taser on him.
Do it now! Turn the car off! Turn the car off!
When officers finally caught up to the suspect, 49-year-old Stephen Juhas of Ripon, and placed him under arrest, they expected the usual song and dance during interrogation. Maybe he'd blame a mechanical failure, insist the brakes had given out, or point to alcohol or medication as the culprit. But Juhas had a whole other story. With a straight face, he claimed the devil himself had taken over his pacemaker, steering his body and the car beyond his control. Sometimes the wildest part of the story isn't the high-speed chase. It's the crazy excuse that comes after. Number 1, the Los Angeles stolen Jaguar chase. Now for the Hollywood blockbuster. In the history of car chases, everybody knows of the white Bronco chase, but have you ever heard of the black Jaguar chase, which also happened in Los Angeles?
GTA, Grand Theft Auto, of a stolen Jaguar, still doing about $120.
On June 22, 2023, a stolen Jaguar F-Type was spotted racing down the East LA freeway. Cops got behind it, and the driver decided to audition for the Fast and Furious franchise. The incident was later labeled a Grand Theft Auto, and cops were hot on the Jaguar's tail. The Jaguar weaved through traffic, blasting red lights, clipping mirrors. News choppers picked it up, and suddenly half of Los Angeles was watching a police chase live. At one point, the driver actually slowed down, maybe realizing the whole city was tuned in, but then hit the gas again, nearly sideswiping a city bus. Bro clearly forgot this isn't the video game. Police tried to corral him, but the Jaguar cut through intersections like a scalpel. It almost felt like nobody was going to stop him. The driver pulled into a side street and drove into an underpass. He ditched the car, and what do you know?
A telltale sign if they're looking to dump the vehicle. Sometimes they will stop under the freeway. He's out of the vehicle. The vehicle's rolling. The vehicle is rolling into the intersection. He is on foot under that freeway.
Somebody's stolen Jaguar was rolling around on idle in South LA. The car rolled forward until the cop cars caught up with it, just as it was about to roll straight into a traffic light pole. And boom, the chase was over. Car wrecked, the suspect cuffed in the dirt. But wait a minute, where's the driver? The driver was nowhere to be found. The allegedly stolen Jaguar was taken into custody in bad condition, and it has become a true crime legend. Local news had a field day replaying the slow-motion crash, calling it the most reckless of the year.
Now, as I mentioned, that helicopter has a visual once again, but right now there's nobody behind.
Police always say you can't outrun the radio. And sure, maybe you can dance around pit maneuvers, maybe you can dodge spike strips, but sooner or later, the chase always ends. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.